Welcome to our channel. Today, we're bringing you an exciting look at HD Old Coins 51, a collection of fascinating, historic coins that showcase incredible artistry and craftsmanship. Each coin has a unique story, connecting us to a bygone era and preserving the rich heritage of the past. Whether you're a passionate collector or just curious about these rare treasures, this video will take you on a journey through history. Let's explore the beauty, value, and significance of these remarkable coins. Top 1. In 1968, a pivotal moment in the history of British coinage occurred, the introduction of the 10 new pence coin. It was more than just a currency. It was a reflection of the social and economic changes Britain was experiencing at the time. As the nation was transitioning from the old pre-decimal system to the new decimal currency system, the introduction of this coin marked a significant shift in how people would interact with money in the years to come. The story begins with the need for reform. For centuries, Britain had used the traditional system of pounds, shillings, and pence. However, as the 20th century unfolded, it became increasingly clear that the old system was confusing for many. Decimalization was becoming the way forward for many countries, and Britain was ready to make that leap. By 1968, Britain had started planning for a new, more straightforward system. The country was ready to embrace decimal currency, where 1 pound would equal 100 pence, a radical departure from the old system where 1 pound consisted of 20 shillings, and each shilling had 12 pence. This shift was a bold move that would require careful planning and an adjustment period for the public. The new coins were designed to simplify transactions and make daily life more efficient for all citizens. The decision to introduce the 10 new pence coin came as part of this broader push for decimalization. The coin was to be issued alongside the new 5 new pence and 1 new pence coins, all of which were set to replace their older equivalents. The introduction of these coins meant that the old system of pence would gradually phase out, making way for a simpler, more straightforward form of currency. The 10 new pence coin was officially introduced in 1968. Its design was modern, reflecting both the forward-thinking nature of decimalization and the rich history of Britain. One of the most notable aspects of the coin was its size and weight. It was larger than the 5 new pence coin, yet it was designed to be practical for everyday use. People could carry it in their pockets or purses without it being too cumbersome. It quickly became an essential part of the new currency system and would be used by millions of people across the country. The coin's design was the work of renowned British sculptor Christopher Ironside, who was chosen to design many of the new decimal coins. Ironside's vision was to create a design that was both modern and timeless. For the 10 new pence coin, he opted to feature a depiction of the British lion, a symbol of strength and power that has been closely associated with Britain for centuries. The lion was shown in a stylized, almost heraldic form, giving it a sense of majesty and tradition. Surrounding the lion was the inscription "New Penny," signaling the coin's place in the new decimal system. The reverse of the coin also featured the inscription 1968, marking the year of its introduction. The lion's design was carefully chosen to reflect the history and identity of Britain. The lion had long been a symbol of the nation, used in various forms on coins, coats of arms, and other emblems. By placing the lion on the 10 new pence coin, the British government was linking the new decimal currency to the nation's past, while also embracing a future that was more in line with modern international practices. The design of the coin made a statement. While Britain was moving forward, it was doing so with a sense of pride in its heritage. As with any new coin, the introduction of the 10 new pence wasn't without its challenges. There was initial confusion among the public as they adjusted to the new system. For many, the concept of decimal currency was unfamiliar, and they had to relearn how to calculate prices and make transactions. The government had to launch an extensive public education campaign to explain the new currency and encourage people to use the new coins. Despite these early challenges, the 10 new pence coin quickly became an integral part of the British economy. Collectors began to take notice of the 10 new pence coin almost immediately. It was a coin that marked a significant moment in history, and many collectors saw it as a symbol of the country's transition into the modern era. The 1968 10 new pence was one of the first coins to feature the new decimal design, and this made it particularly appealing to those interested in numismatics. Over the years, the coin became a sought-after item for collectors, with many looking for pristine examples to add to their collections. One of the factors that contributed to the coin's collector appeal was its relatively low mintage. The 1968 10 new pence coin was minted in significant numbers to meet the demand of the newly decimalized economy, but it was not produced in the same quantities as some other coins of the era. This scarcity, combined with the historical significance of the coin, made it highly desirable for collectors. In the years that followed, the coin's value began to rise, and it became one of the key pieces in many British coin collections. The value of the 1968 10 new pence coin has only increased over time. While its face value remains 10 pence, its value to collectors has grown substantially. The coin is now considered a piece of numismatic history, and high-quality examples can fetch impressive prices at auction. In particular, proof versions of the coin, which were specially minted for collectors, can command a premium. These coins were produced with a higher level of craftsmanship and are often in pristine condition, making them highly sought after by numismatists. The 1968 10 new pence coin's historical significance also adds to its value. It represents a moment in British history when the country was embracing change, and its design reflects the spirit of that era. The coin is more than just a piece of currency. It's a symbol of progress, a reminder of the challenges and triumphs of decimalization. For collectors, owning a piece of this history is a way to connect with the past and hold a tangible reminder of an important moment in time. As the years have gone by, the 1968 10 new pence coin has become a cherished part of the numismatic world. Its design, historical importance, and collector appeal have all contributed to its lasting legacy. Today, it remains a symbol of Britain's evolution, both as a nation and in terms of its currency. For those who collect coins, the 1968 10 new pence is a reminder of a time when change was on the horizon and a new era was just beginning. In conclusion, the 1968 UK 10 new pence coin is much more than just a piece of currency. It represents a pivotal moment in British history, a time when the country was transitioning from the old currency system to a new, more modern one. Its design, featuring the British lion, reflects the country's pride in its heritage while embracing the future. For collectors, the coin has become a valuable and highly sought-after piece of numismatic history, with its value continuing to rise over the years. The 1968 10 new pence coin serves as a lasting reminder of a time when Britain was changing, both in terms of its economy and its identity. Top 2. The 1969 UK 10 new pence coin, featuring the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, is one of the most notable and significant coins in British numismatic history. To truly understand its importance, we must first step back in time and explore the broader context of what was happening in Britain during this era. The late 1960s were a time of great change and transition, not just politically and socially, but also economically. The introduction of the 10 new pence coin in 1968 as part of Britain's decimalization process marked a turning point, and by 1969, the coin was already becoming an integral part of the nation's currency system. In the aftermath of World War II, the United Kingdom faced numerous economic challenges. The British government had long realized that its pre-decimal currency system, where £1 was divided into 20 shillings and each shilling into 12 pennies, was outdated and cumbersome. As international trade became more globalized and the need for simpler transactions grew, the idea of switching to a decimal system was increasingly seen as a necessary modernization. This was not just a matter of currency, but of aligning the nation with international standards. By the late 1960s, Britain had decided to embrace the decimal system, and this meant overhauling the entire currency system. The 10 new pence coin, which was introduced in 1968, was part of this major shift. It was a bold move, and while the public was initially uncertain about the change, the government's drive for progress was clear. The 1969 UK 10 new pence coin is part of this movement, a coin that embodied both the continuity of British tradition and the forward-looking aspirations of the new decimal system. The design of the 1969 10 new pence coin is an iconic example of British numismatic art. The obverse of the coin features a stunning portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Created by the famous British sculptor Arnold Machin, this effigy of the Queen was first introduced in 1964 and continued to appear on British coins for decades. Machin's design is one of the most widely recognized images of the Queen and serves as a powerful symbol of the British monarchy. The Queen's youthful and dignified portrait on the 1969 10 new pence coin reflects both her enduring presence as the monarch and the continuity of the British royal family as the country embraced change. The reverse of the 1969 10 new pence coin is equally remarkable. The coin features a crowned lion, symbolizing Britain's strength, heritage, and national pride. The lion has been an enduring symbol of British identity, dating back centuries, and its appearance on the coin was a way to honor the nation's history while embracing the future. The crown above the lion adds a regal touch, emphasizing Britain's royal heritage and its position as a monarchy in the modern world. The decision to feature the lion on the reverse of the 10 new pence coin was a deliberate choice. It was a symbol that resonated with the public, reminding them of Britain's past and the strength of the nation. The lion, often associated with royalty and power, embodied the British spirit at a time when the country was transitioning from the old currency system to the new decimalized system. This coin was not just a practical piece of currency, it was a reminder of British pride and resilience in the face of change. The 1969 10 new pence coin was minted in significant numbers. As part of the transition to decimalization, the Royal Mint produced millions of these coins, ensuring they would be available to the public for everyday use. The coin was intended to replace the old 10-shilling note, and its introduction marked a key moment in the country's efforts to simplify its currency system. While it wasn't as rare as some of the more limited edition coins, its importance lay in its role as a transitional coin, a symbol of the shift from the old to the new. In terms of size, the 1969 10 new pence coin was fairly large, similar in size to the previous half-crown coins. Its weight and size made it practical for handling in daily transactions, and it quickly became familiar to people across the UK. In fact, the 10 new pence coin was so well received that it continued to circulate for many years, becoming a staple of British coinage. It's no surprise that people began to take notice of the coin's significance, both in terms of its role in decimalization and its lasting presence in the British economy. As the years passed, collectors began to recognize the historical importance of the 1969 10 new pence coin. Like many other coins in the decimalization series, the 1969 10 new pence coin gained attention for its place in the evolution of British currency. For collectors, it wasn't just a coin that marked the shift to decimal currency. It was a tangible piece of history, a symbol of a nation's transformation. Over time, the 1969 10 new pence coin has become highly sought after by numismatists. Its value has steadily increased as interest in British decimal coins has grown. While its original face value was just 10 pence, the coin's historical significance has caused its market value to rise, particularly for high-quality examples. Uncirculated versions of the coin, as well as proof coins produced for collectors, have fetched higher prices at auction, with some examples reaching substantial sums. The value of the 1969 10 new pence coin is also driven by its place in the broader context of British coinage. The 10 new pence coin was one of the first coins to feature the decimal system, making it an important milestone in the history of British currency. As the first series of decimal coins was introduced, collectors began to appreciate not just the design and artistry of the coins, but also their role in shaping the future of British currency. In particular, the 1969 10 new pence coin is often valued for its connection to Queen Elizabeth II's reign. The Queen's portrait on the obverse of the coin has become one of the most recognizable images in numismatics, and this coin is a perfect example of her enduring presence on British coinage. For collectors, owning a coin that features the Queen's portrait is a way to honor the monarchy and the country's long history of royal symbolism. The demand for the 1969 10 new pence coin has only grown in recent years. As more collectors seek out pieces that represent important moments in British history, the 1969 10 new pence has become a coveted item. The coin is a reminder of a time when the UK was embracing modernization and looking toward the future, while still holding fast to its royal traditions. For numismatists and history enthusiasts alike, this coin is a symbol of Britain's journey through the 20th century and beyond. In conclusion, the 1969 UK 10 new pence coin is far more than just a piece of currency. It's a symbol of change, continuity, and national pride. The coin's design, featuring Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and a crowned lion on the reverse, encapsulates the spirit of the time in which it was minted. As part of Britain's transition to a decimalized currency system, The 1969 10 new pence coin played a key role in shaping the future of British coinage. Today, it is a highly sought-after piece for collectors, valued for both its historical significance and its connection to the British monarchy. Whether you're a coin collector or a history enthusiast, the 1969 10 new pence coin remains an enduring reminder of a pivotal moment in Britain's numismatic history. Top 3. In 1975, the United Kingdom was navigating through a series of social, political, and economic changes that would define the latter part of the 20th century. While the world around Britain was shifting rapidly, one thing remained constant: the nation's rich history of coinage. It was during this transformative time that the 1975 UK 10 new pence coin, featuring the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, became a significant part of British currency. As Britain continued its transition from pre-decimal to decimal coinage, the 10 new pence coin became a key player in this period of financial reorganization. The 1970s were a decade marked by economic challenges in Britain. The nation was grappling with inflation, a fluctuating pound, and widespread strikes that would later be known as the Winter of Discontent. Despite these difficulties, Britain remained determined to keep moving forward, and one of the most significant steps in its modernization came through the implementation of decimal currency. The 10 new pence coin, which was first introduced in 1968 as part of Britain's move toward decimalization, was a central feature in this transformation. In 1975, this coin had already become an established part of the currency landscape. The British government had decided that the new 10 new pence coin would replace the old 2 shilling, or florin coin. The new coin, minted as part of the decimal currency system, was designed to be simple, recognizable, and functional. The year 1975 marked another key chapter in the history of the coin, as it continued to circulate across the UK and was used in daily transactions by millions of people. The design of the 1975 10 new pence coin is a perfect example of the tradition and modernization that was unfolding during this period. The coin's obverse features the well-known portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which was created by the talented sculptor Arnold Machin. This portrait, first introduced in 1964, became the definitive image of the Queen on British coinage for decades. The Queen's regal profile, facing to the right, reflects her dignified presence, capturing her leadership and enduring influence during this transformative era. The design of the Queen's portrait on the 1975 10 new pence coin is notable for its clean lines and simplicity, which were in line with the evolving aesthetic of mid-20th century British coinage. Machin's portrait, featuring the Queen wearing the royal diadem, became one of the most iconic and enduring images of the British monarchy. Its elegance, paired with its recognition on coins across the world, ensured the portrait's place in the annals of numismatic history. The Queen's portrayal on this coin was not just an artistic achievement, but a visual representation of continuity, linking Britain's past and present. The reverse of the 1975 10 new pence coin is equally striking, featuring the classic design that had been used on the coin since its introduction in 1968. The reverse depicts a crowned lion, one of Britain's oldest and most powerful symbols. The lion, a constant figure in British heraldry, represents the strength and courage of the nation. It had been a recurring motif in British coinage for centuries and was chosen once again to symbolize the nation's royal heritage and pride. The crowned lion on the reverse of the 1975 10 new pence coin is depicted in a stylized, almost regal form, standing proudly as a testament to Britain's monarchy and history. The design is both timeless and modern, striking a balance between tradition and the forward-looking nature of decimalization. The lion's powerful stance and noble crown speak to the nation's enduring legacy while symbolizing its readiness for change in the evolving global landscape. The 1975 10 new pence coin was minted in significant numbers by the Royal Mint. Like other coins from the decimalization series, it was produced to meet the growing demand for the new currency system. The Royal Mint, which had been producing coins for the British Empire for centuries, played a key role in the mass production of the 10 new pence coin. Millions of these coins were struck and circulated across Britain, becoming a staple in daily transactions. As part of the decimal currency system, the coin replaced the old 2 shilling coin, helping to standardize Britain's new monetary system and make it more accessible to the public. In terms of size, the 1975 10 new pence coin was similar to its predecessor, with a diameter of 24.5 millimeters and a weight of 11.31 grams. It was produced in cupronickel, which was a durable and cost-effective metal, suitable for a coin that would be used extensively in everyday transactions. The coin's practical size and weight made it easy to handle, and it quickly became a familiar part of the landscape. People used the coin for everything from buying a loaf of bread to paying for bus fare, making it a true workhorse of the British economy. By the mid-1970s, the 10 new pence coin was no longer just a new introduction. It had become a fixture of British currency. It had successfully bridged the gap between the old pre-decimal system and the new decimal system, and as a result, it became an important part of the nation's numismatic history. As people became more accustomed to using the decimal system, the 10 new pence coin began to circulate widely, embedding itself in the daily lives of millions of people across Britain. Over time, the 1975 10 new pence coin began to attract the attention of collectors. Its role in the transition to decimalization, its historical importance, and its appealing design all made it a valuable item for numismatists. As with many coins from the decimalization series, the 1975 10 new pence coin has become increasingly sought after by collectors who are keen to complete sets of British coins from this era. High-quality examples of the coin, especially those in mint condition, have seen their values increase over the years, as collectors are drawn to the historical significance of this piece of British currency. One of the key factors driving the coin's appeal is its connection to the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. The portrait of the Queen, which was featured on countless coins throughout her reign, is an enduring symbol of her leadership and the stability she provided during times of change. For collectors, owning a coin with the Queen's image is a way to honor not just the monarch, but the history of the United Kingdom itself. The 1975 10 new pence coin is a reflection of this connection, serving as a tangible link to a time when Britain was moving through a period of great transformation. As the years passed, the value of the 1975 10 new pence coin increased, particularly for coins in exceptional condition. Proof versions, which were specially minted for collectors, have become highly prized in the numismatic community. These proof coins, struck with a higher level of craftsmanship and often featuring a mirror-like finish, can command significant prices at auction. Collectors who are looking to own a piece of history often seek out these pristine examples, and as a result, the coin's value has steadily risen over time. Today, the 1975 UK 10 new pence coin remains a popular item for collectors and history enthusiasts alike. Its design, its role in the decimalization process, and its connection to the reign of Queen Elizabeth II all contribute to its lasting appeal. Whether you're a numismatist looking to complete a collection or a history buff interested in the evolution of British currency, the 1975 10 new pence coin is a must-have for anyone who appreciates the rich heritage of British coinage. In conclusion, the 1975 UK 10 new pence coin is far more than just a piece of currency. It represents a key moment in British history, an era of transformation, modernization, and adaptation. The coin's design, featuring the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and the Crown Lion, reflects both the nation's royal heritage and its aspirations for the future. For collectors, it is a valuable and meaningful piece of numismatic history, and its value continues to rise as demand for well-preserved examples grows. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey into the world of numismatics, the 1975 UK 10 new pence coin is a reminder of Britain's rich history and its ongoing legacy in the world of coinage. Top 4. The 1979 UK 10 new pence coin, featuring the image of Queen Elizabeth II, stands as one of the most significant and historically relevant pieces of British currency. This coin, minted in the final years of the 1970s, encapsulates a moment of transition both for the nation and its currency system. As we delve into its rich history, design, and ongoing appeal to collectors, we can begin to appreciate just how this seemingly simple coin came to symbolize an era of profound change in the United Kingdom. The 1970s were a time of social, political, and economic upheaval. In Britain, the decade was marked by inflation, strikes, and challenges in managing the economy. The country was still adjusting to the effects of post-war reconstruction and, more notably, to the economic shifts of the 1973 oil crisis. Internationally, the world was evolving at a fast pace, and Britain had to ensure its systems, including currency, kept up with the times. Against this backdrop, The country was transitioning away from its traditional pre-decimal currency system toward the new decimal system, which had begun with the introduction of the 10 new pence coin in 1968. By 1979, the 10 new pence coin had become a key part of the UK's coinage system. For many, the transition to decimal currency had already become familiar, and the 10 new pence coin was a staple in daily life. The coin was minted in large numbers, distributed widely for use in everyday transactions, and had successfully replaced the old 2-shilling coin. But in 1979, the coin also gained historical significance for being part of the last group of coins minted before significant changes were made to the designs and denominations in the years that followed. To understand the importance of the 1979 UK 10 new pence coin, we must first look at the design, which was carefully crafted to be both functional and symbolic. The obverse of the coin, created by the renowned British artist Arnold Machin, features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. The Queen's portrait, which had been used on British coinage since 1964, was a symbol of continuity during a time of great change. Machin's design depicts a youthful yet regal queen, her profile facing to the right, wearing the royal diadem, a symbol of her status as the British monarch. This portrait is one of the most iconic images of Queen Elizabeth II, and it was not just a simple representation of her physical appearance. It also captured the essence of her reign. The Queen's image on British currency had become synonymous with the nation's stability and continuity. While political and economic changes swirled around Britain in the 1970s, the Queen remained a steady, unchanging figurehead for the nation. The choice of Machin's portrait for the 1979 10 new pence coin was a deliberate one, as it allowed the government to showcase the unbroken line of the monarchy, even as the country underwent radical shifts in its economic and social landscape. The reverse of the 1979 10 new pence coin features the classic design that had been used since the coin's introduction in 1968, a crown lion. This lion, which had long been a symbol of British strength and nobility, stood proudly as the emblem of the United Kingdom's royal heritage. The lion's fierce expression and regal crown served as a reminder of Britain's historical roots, while symbolizing the strength of the British people in a time of economic uncertainty. The design reflected the nation's spirit, pride, and resolve to face the future with dignity, even amidst the challenges of the present. The reverse design of the 10 new pence coin was not only a visual representation of the United Kingdom's royal history, but also a symbol of national unity. The lion, long associated with the British monarchy and its royal arms, reflected the nation's identity on the global stage. This emblem on the 1979 coin served as a powerful reminder of Britain's legacy, while its connection to the decimalization movement signified the country's willingness to modernize its systems while respecting its history. The lion on the reverse of the coin has become a lasting symbol of British numismatic tradition, its majestic form standing as a powerful reminder of the strength and pride that the British people shared. The 1979 UK 10 new pence coin, like its predecessors, was minted at the Royal Mint in massive quantities. The Royal Mint, responsible for producing the nation's coins, played a crucial role in the transition to decimal currency. By 1979, the 10 new pence coin had become a fixture of daily life. Its diameter, 24.5 millimeters, and its weight, 11.31 grams, made it a practical coin for everyday use. Made from cupronickel, it was durable and could withstand the wear and tear of daily transactions. It quickly became familiar in the pockets of Britons, circulating widely in the country's streets, shops, and markets. The production of the 1979 10 new pence coin continued the tradition of decimal coinage that had been set in motion a decade earlier. Like many other coins from this period, it was designed to serve as part of the broader effort to simplify the British currency system, making it more in line with international standards. While the coin was not particularly rare, its role in decimalization made it historically significant. The mass production of the 10 new pence coin meant that it would remain an important part of British circulation for many years to come. It was a key element in the country's journey into the world of decimalized currency, and its design became one of the lasting symbols of that transformation. As the years went by, the 1979 10 new pence coin, like other coins from this era, became an object of interest for collectors. The coin's role in the decimalization movement, combined with its strong design and historical importance, made it a valuable item for numismatists. Collectors were drawn to the coin for its representation of an important period in British currency history. Additionally, the coin's long-standing association with Queen Elizabeth II and the British monarchy added an extra layer of appeal for those interested in royal-themed memorabilia and numismatic items. Over time, the value of the 1979 UK 10 new pence coin has steadily risen, particularly for those in uncirculated or proof condition. Coins in excellent condition, especially those with no signs of wear, have become highly sought after by collectors. These pristine examples, whether in their original packaging or displayed in high-quality coin holders, have become valuable commodities on the secondary market. Coins in proof condition, those struck with extra care and used primarily for collectors, have fetched impressive sums at auctions, often becoming prized additions to more serious numismatic collections. What makes the 1979 UK 10 new pence coin so desirable to collectors is not just its aesthetic appeal but its connection to a specific moment in British history. The coin is a direct representation of the transition from the old to the new, both in terms of currency and in terms of the wider societal changes taking place at the time. The 1970s were a pivotal period for Britain, and the 10 new pence coin acts as a tangible artifact from that era. For collectors, owning a piece of that history is a meaningful way to connect with the past. The ongoing appeal of the 1979 UK 10 new pence coin is also driven by the continued interest in Queen Elizabeth II's image on British currency. Throughout her reign, the Queen has been featured on numerous coins, making her portrait a defining symbol of British numismatic culture. The 1979 coin, with its iconic design, serves as a milestone in the long line of British coinage featuring her likeness. For collectors, coins with the Queen's portrait have always held a special significance, making them a cornerstone of many British coin collections. In conclusion, the 1979 UK 10 new pence coin is far more than just a piece of currency. It represents a defining moment in British history, a period of transition from the old pre-decimal currency to the new decimal system. The coin's design, with its striking portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and its iconic crowned lion, reflects both the tradition and the modernization of Britain. For collectors, the 1979 10 new pence coin is not only a valuable numismatic item, but it is also a connection to a significant era in British history. As its value continues to rise, the coin remains a lasting testament to a period of profound change, serving as a reminder of the nation's resilience and its embrace of both the past and the future. Top 5. In 1980, the United Kingdom found itself in a period of change and reflection, both economically and politically. The late 1970s had been tumultuous, marked by high inflation, industrial strife, and a general sense of uncertainty. But as the 1980s dawned, there was a new sense of optimism, though it would take time to fully materialize. Amidst these shifts in British society, the 1980 UK 10 new pence coin, bearing the likeness of Queen Elizabeth II, continued its role in the country's economic landscape as part of the decimal currency system. For many, the 1980 coin represented a moment of stability. The 10 new pence coin, introduced in 1968 as part of the country's transition to a decimal currency system, had become a familiar and trusted part of the UK's monetary system. It had replaced the old 2-shilling coin, and by 1980, it had already been circulating for over a decade. While the country underwent significant changes, the 10 new pence coin remained a constant, one of the most widely used and recognized coins in Britain. The 1980 UK 10 new pence coin was minted at a time when the United Kingdom was still adjusting to its new monetary system. The decimalization of the pound had been a significant shift, and although the changes had been met with some resistance, by 1980, the British public had largely accepted the new system. The 10 new pence coin, along with other coins in the decimal series, had played a pivotal role in this transformation. With its distinctive design and practical use, it had become a symbol of modern British currency. The design of the 1980 10 new pence coin reflected both tradition and the desire for clarity in a changing world. The obverse of the coin featured the well-known portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by the artist Arnold Machin. This portrait had been used on British coinage since 1964 and was widely recognized as one of the most iconic images of the Queen. The Queen is shown facing to the right, her expression serene and dignified, wearing the royal diadem. Machin's portrait of the Queen was both timeless and modern, capturing the essence of the monarch's long and steady reign. It was a portrait that emphasized the continuity of the British monarchy, even in a period of considerable social and political upheaval. The Queen's image on the coin represented stability and tradition in a time when the world around Britain was rapidly changing. Her likeness had become a symbol of resilience and unity for the British people. The reverse of the 1980 UK 10 new pence coin also carried a significant and meaningful design. The reverse continued the use of the crowned lion, a traditional symbol of British strength and royal heritage. The lion had been featured on many previous coins in the UK, and its image on the 10 new pence coin was a nod to the nation's past while also reflecting its future. The lion stood proudly on the reverse, with its powerful posture and regal crown embodying the monarchy's authority and the unity of the nation. The design of the crowned lion on the reverse of the coin was not just a symbolic gesture. It represented the deep connection between the British people and their monarchy. The lion, a symbol of courage and power, stood as a reminder of Britain's strength and endurance. It was a fitting emblem for a coin that had come to represent the country's ability to adapt to change while holding on to its traditions. The 1980 UK 10 new pence coin was minted at the Royal Mint, where the process of production was carried out with the utmost precision and care. Like all coins produced by the Royal Mint, the 1980 10 new pence coin was struck with a high degree of craftsmanship to ensure it would stand the test of time. The coin was made from cupronickel, a durable and cost-effective material that was well suited for the demands of everyday circulation. The 10 new pence coin had a diameter of 24.5 millimeters and a weight of 11.31 grams, making it a comfortable size for handling and a practical addition to people's pockets and purses. The design, with its combination of elegant simplicity and historical symbolism, made the coin both functional and attractive. It was a coin that people used regularly, whether to purchase groceries, pay for transportation, or engage in small, everyday transactions. As Britain continued to modernize and embrace a new currency system, the 1980 10 new pence coin was an enduring part of that transformation. In terms of minting numbers, the Royal Mint produced the 1980 10 new pence coin in large quantities, ensuring that it would be available for public use across the country. Millions of these coins were struck and circulated widely, becoming a common sight in the pockets and purses of British citizens. In fact, by 1980, the 10 new pence coin had firmly embedded itself in the daily lives of the British people, and it was difficult to imagine a time when it hadn't been part of the currency landscape. The 1980 UK 10 new pence coin also had a significant role in the global market. As one of the key components of the UK's decimal currency system, it was part of a broader effort to streamline and simplify the British monetary system. The coin was used not only within the United Kingdom but also in the nation's territories and in some cases abroad. For anyone who visited Britain during this time, the 10 new pence coin would have been one of the first pieces of currency they encountered. It was a familiar, practical, and efficient form of money that helped facilitate transactions both large and small. Over time, the 1980 UK 10 new pence coin, like many other coins from this era, became a popular item for collectors. The coin's historical significance, its connection to the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and its role in the decimalization of British currency all contributed to its appeal. As the years went by, collectors began to seek out well-preserved examples of the 1980 10 new pence coin, particularly those in mint or proof condition. These coins, in pristine condition, were highly sought after in the numismatic community, and their value began to rise. Collectors of British coins from the decimal era were drawn to the 1980 10 new pence coin for several reasons. First, its design was representative of an important period in British history, a period when the country was embracing modernization while still holding on to the traditions that had defined it for centuries. Second, the coin's association with Queen Elizabeth II made it a prized item for those interested in royal-themed numismatics. And third, the 10 new pence coin's connection to the decimalization movement made it an essential piece for anyone collecting British coins from this pivotal period. As time went on, the value of the 1980 UK 10 new pence coin continued to increase, particularly for those in pristine condition. Proof coins, which were specially minted for collectors, were especially valuable. These proof coins were struck with a higher degree of care and attention to detail than the regular circulation coins, and they often featured a mirror-like finish that made them stand out in any collection. These coins, with their flawless designs, became highly prized by collectors, and they could fetch impressive sums at auction. The 1980 UK 10 new pence coin is still highly regarded by collectors today. Its design, its historical importance, and its role in the broader story of British currency all contribute to its enduring appeal. Whether you're a serious numismatist or simply someone who appreciates the beauty and history of British coinage, the 1980 10 new pence coin is a must-have addition to any collection. It is a symbol of a specific moment in time, an era when Britain was in the midst of both turmoil and transformation, but one that would ultimately lead to a new sense of national identity and confidence. In conclusion, the 1980 UK 10 new pence coin is more than just a piece of currency. It is a testament to Britain's ability to adapt to change while honoring its past. The coin's design, with its elegant portrayal of Queen Elizabeth II and the iconic crown lion, reflects the nation's royal heritage and its forward-thinking spirit. For collectors, the 1980 10 new pence coin is a valuable and meaningful item, one that captures a specific moment in British history while remaining timeless in its appeal. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to the world of numismatics, the 1980 UK 10 new pence coin is a treasure worth holding on to.